Let's take a look at explicit linear examples. Number 3 says, suppose that a library contains 8,000 books now and adds 150 books every month. Write an explicit formula for a linear model that describes this growth. Now the explicit formula is P sub n equals P sub 0 plus dn. P sub 0 is the initial value. That's the one they say 8,000 books now. The D is the change. Adds 150. So that's a positive 150. So we can set up our formula. P sub n equals P sub 0 is 8,000 plus D, which is 150 n. Here we have an explicit formula for this linear growth model. Part B, if this trend continues, how many books will the library contain in a year? Now what's important about this problem is we're talking about every month. So this n value is months. So we have to figure out what to do about a year. 1 year equals 12 months. So we're dealing with n equals 12. So therefore, we would work out P sub 12 equals 8,000 plus 150 times 12. And using a calculator, this gives us 9,800. The question is how many books, so this would be answer books. So we have our explicit model. We have how many books. And then part C, how long will it take before the library contains 18,000 books? From our explicit model, there are two variables. P sub n is the number of books. N is the number of months. So in this case, 18,000 is books. That's going to replace the P sub n. And we'll be able to solve for n. So this should be 18,000 equals 8,000 plus 150 n. And now we solve for n. We can start by subtracting the 8,000, leaving us with 10,000 equals 150 n. Then we can divide by 150, and that gives us the n. Rounded to the nearest month. Let's take a look at what our calculator has. Anytime it says rounding, it's typically going to be a decimal. Not always. Let's say we have 10,000 divided by 150. 66.66667, etc. So they already rounded this. 7 is a rounding. So we would just go to 67 if we want to go to the nearest month. Approximately 67 months. Okay, go ahead and pause the video while you work out question number 4. And before you do, keep in mind that this says decreasing by 17 billion barrels, so that suggests D will be negative. So you should have, this is D equals negative 17. This is P sub 0. And so your form is R sub T equals 1810 minus 17T, or you could have 1810 plus a negative 17T as well. Part B, you get R sub 14 equals 1,572. You can either label billions of barrels, or you could change this to billions and then just say barrels. I like the using the units with the billions of in the answer. It's a little bit cleaner. For part C, you would get T is approximately 106.47 years. All right, I hope this helps.